Well, shooters and reloaders out there, fortunately 45 LC coming to the hotlead zone. And today we're going to the range and test these 44 special loads using the 225 grain Hornady FTX bullets. Now we'll report on the loads used when we get back from the range. And test these hunting loads using the 44 special loaded with Sierra and Hornady 180 grain jacketed hollow point bullets. The Hornadys on the left, the Sierras are on the right. Test these silhouette bullets loaded in a 44 special. And we're going to use our Thompson Center that you've seen on other videos. Now we'll report on the loads after the range session, so let's go to the range.
Shooting a big gun, you would really get sore like that. You would want this over your shoulder, and you would want this hand up here.
Oh! You can't.
So here are the final tabulations and conclusions on the Hornady 225 grain FTX bullet. We shot the Contender with front sandbags only. And what happened was we used a ladder of powder charges here, going from 13.5 grains to 16.5 grains to 2400 powder, and you see the velocity kept going up. That makes sense. Standard deviation was really all over the place, but we got a real good one with the 16.5, standard deviation of 9. But the groups that the FTX bullet turned in were no better than 1.7 inches. So you see the group size there. Not distinguished. Now we'll show you the target. This was at 25 yards with the front sandbag only. Here's 13.5 grains, and you see 5 shots went into 1.751 inches. 14.5 grains to 2400 powder went into 1.645 inches. And then 15.5 grains went into 1.725 inches. And then 16.5 went into 1.734 inches. So once again, not distinguished. The FTX bullet seems to be a fine bullet, but it just doesn't shoot well out of the Thompson Center Contender, at least my copy of it. Now, all of these rounds ejected and were extracted without any difficulty at all out of the Thompson Center Contender. 13.5, you can actually see that the primer strike is bigger than here, and here's the smallest primer strike. And the reason why is the pressure is going up as we go from 13.5 to 16.5. But even at 16.5, the pressure signs with the 44 special are just fine. Easy extraction, and the gun performed very nicely in terms of recoil and function. Now these pressure levels are safe in the Thompson Contender and probably also the Ruger Blackhawk revolvers, but not safe in older guns or smaller frame guns. Now with the 180 grain bullets, we upped the powder charge to 17.5 grains of 2400 powder. And we got these velocities basically the same with the Sierra and the Hornady bullet. The standard deviation, so we're on the high side, but the accuracy wasn't bad, especially the Hornady turned in a 994 inch group at 25 yards. Now you'll notice that the Sierra actually put 4 in the 906, had one flyer to blow the group out to 1.767, but really the 4 in the 906 rivals that of the Hornady. And I'm wondering if we work with that a little more, we can probably get that to shoot better. Probably tweak the powder charge a little bit either way. So here's that group with the Hornady XTP bullet, 180 grains, and the powder charge is 17.5 grains, 2400 powder, and it shot that very nice group at 25 yards, 0.994 inch. But look at this Sierra, and you'll see that it shot 4 in a very nice group, but then dropped 1. And I think I might have been fast on the trigger on that one, so we got to do more work with that one. It's quite possible that the Sierra shoots the same accuracy level as the Hornady. And both of these 180 grain bolts are pretty good. We could use these for hunting easily. Now you notice the Sierra fired brass compared to the Hornady fired brass, both of them are just about identical in terms of the primer signs, the pressure signs. These also extracted very nicely out of the Thompson Contender. These loads shot very well. The Hornady ammo actually fired the best group today so far at 0.994 inches. So for this video of the versatile and capable 44 Special in hunting loads, the question can be asked, how do you outshoot factory ammo? And the answer is, you get a real good cast bullet mold. And Thorzak 777 up there in Seattle, Washington area knows his cast bullet molds and cast bullets, because the mold he sent me for the RCBS 240 grain silhouette cast bullet is a very fine bullet. Once again, we shot with front sandbags only, and the load in the 44 Special ranged from 14.5 grains of 296 powder to 17.5 grains of that powder. And the velocities go up to 1338 feet per second. The standard deviation is a variable, but the 3 is very impressive here. And notice that 3 of the loads turned in accuracy groups that were better than the best accuracy group of the jacketed bullets. See that? 745, 887, and 0.900 better than the 994. But that's not the half of it, because when you see the targets, you're even more impressed. So once again, we're looking at the lubed gas check silhouette cast bullet, and you see all day it wanted to shoot one hole groups at 25 yards. There's the powder coated bullet with no gas check, turned in 0.887. And then here is the powder coated with a gas check, the best group of the day, 0.745, darn near one hole. And here's that bullet shooting 17.5 grains of 296. The lubed gas check bullet turned in at 0.900. And then the powder coated with no gas check turned in at 1.780, but it actually put 4 into 0.873. And 1 was thrown out, so it still wanted to shoot one whole group. And then the load of 17.5 grains with the powder coated and gas check bullet turned in 1.694, but it really put 4 into 0.912 and threw 1 out over here to make the 1.694. But again, it's trying to shoot a one whole group. So when you see that one whole group thing, 2 flyers just kept it from being a clean sweep for the silhouette bullet. So again, thanks to Dave Now I'll show you the brass on that. Well, to save time, we're just going to look at the 17.5 grains of 296 powder, the brass that came back from the range, and it's the same bullet, whether it's powder coated or not, gas checked or not. It's the same bullet and the same powder charge, so we would expect the same pressure. And sure enough, you have a hard time telling any of these apart. They're all very consistent. Once again, the extraction was easy, the functioning was easy, the load shot with very manageable recoil. So this is not dangerous for the Thompson Contender. Neither is it dangerous for the strong Ruger Blackhawks. But again, I'd hate to touch these off in a light frame 44 special. That should be avoided. But these will be fine for hunting for sure. It's a pretty sweet bullet that outshoots the factory loadings. We like that a whole lot. Bye for now.